Lloydminster's finest were out in full force this weekend looking for impaired drivers. RCMP say their annual Christmas campaign check stops are a message to motorists that if they drink and drive, they will be caught.
We are trying to make sure that people are safe and driving appropriately.
RCMP set up 2 check stops this weekend as part of their campaign to get impaired drivers off city streets. They say they're setting up in high-profile areas that see a lot of traffic.
For this check stop, the first vehicle that came through this check stop is already being investigated as an impaired driver. And that's unfortunate, but that's what happens, and that's why we're out here. We want to make sure people are safe.
While we don't have numbers as to how many drivers were charged this weekend, Corporal Dave Cadoon says the campaign has proven successful. Over the last 3 weeks, they've made 20 arrests, but he says it's unfortunate people aren't getting the message.
Don't drink and drive, whether it's going to be police or not. It's not worth getting caught, and it's also definitely not worth paying the price of either with your own life or with somebody else's.
RCMP say if you suspect someone is driving while impaired, you're asked to call 911. It's best if you can give them the make and model of the vehicle as well as a license plate number. Well, it's hailed as the happiest place on earth. Disneyland is the place where dreams come true. And for one local family, they're one step closer to making that happen. A trip to Disneyland was won at yesterday's Here Comes Santa Claus Day, and that lucky family has received a fantastic early Christmas gift. Here Comes Santa Claus Day was an eventful day. It marked the arrival of Santa Claus to the border city, and even the mean old Grinch made an appearance. While there were plenty of activities to entertain both children and adults, there was one event that was top of mind for almost everybody there.
We are going to get away a trip to Disneyland!
That's Lloyd FM's Kurt Price pumping up the crowd as they eagerly awaited the chance to hear their name drawn to win the trip for 4 to the happiest place on earth.
Is Renata Waskowicz here?
It was like disbelief when they called my name. I just couldn't believe it. It's like so exciting. Like instant happiness.
Renata Waskowicz is a single mom to Ava and a student at Lakeland College. She is quick to attribute this good fortune to her daughter.
As I was writing my name, I made her kiss the name ballot just for luck, and I think it was all her that brought the luck to us.
The trip was all possible thanks to some charitable local businesses.
I like giving, I like to do lots for the community because the community supports us. It's for the kids, and Christmas is all about the kids.
I know they're very, very excited about it, and yeah, they're going to enjoy it. It's great.
What are you looking forward to? Swimming. Swimming? What else? Movie. Seeing Mickey and Minnie and all the princesses and the castle.
The night's festivities ended with a 15-minute fireworks display, a fitting end to a dazzling day full of fun and excitement. First few years of a child's life are the most influential to their development. That's why the local program 1, 2, 3 Rhyme With Me, put on by our Lloydminster Learning Council, is so important in our community. Elise Cox has more.
The itsy bitsy spider ran up the water spout.
It may seem like these kids are only singing a song, but it has a lot more purpose than that.
It is good for kids to realize that they learn a lot through songs and stories. So this helps engage the parents in doing more of that at home.
The 1, 2, 3 Rhyme With Me program is for 2 to 4-year-olds. They make crafts, sing songs, and read stories to develop their learning abilities. The biggest part of the program, though, is having the kids interact with one another, whether it be with children, parents, or teachers. And for Alyssa Courtney, mother of 2, this key element was the reason she signed up.
It was for the socialization for my oldest one with the autism.
The program helps nurture behavioral development by exposing children to different social situations.
Because of the autism, my one is learning more speech sounds, and they just like the rhyming and all that.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
And as they near the end of their program, teachers and parents have noticed a change in their kids since they first began.
A few kids came out of their shells. They were very shy when they started the class, and now they were interacting with the other kids and interacting with us as facilitators.
The Lloydminster Learning Council has been running the program for 11 years. Elise Cox, Newcap News.
Kind of moving over to a different sport, curling instead of horse racing. Now, I know a lot of action today here in Lloydminster. A bunch of teams fighting for playoff spots.
Yeah, final games before the Boundary Ford Women's Curling Classic playoffs were played today. Amy Nixon and Cheryl Bernard already qualified for Monday's games after they both stole 2 in their final ends last night. And so we're on to the B event today. Tiffany Game taking on Trish Paulson. Game was knocked out by Amy Nixon in just 4 ends earlier. Paulson lost to Laura Crocker. Second end, Paulson down 2. She's heavy on her first stone. So Game looking to crowd the house for a steal opportunity. Her rock heavy as well. It leaves it wide open for Paulson to escape with a single point, and she does with the easy takeout. Third end we go. Paulson's first stone, trying to hit and roll behind, rolls too far, leaving Game shot stone. All she needs is a draw to the 8-foot 4-2. She's got it. Fourth end, Paulson in trouble again. Needs a hit and roll to knock out the buried blue stone. Hits it too thin, and it's a steal of 1 for Game. Fifth end, Game hits and rolls to lie 3, but the house is wide open. Paulson simply needing to bite 4-foot. Sweepers on it instantly. Can't get it there. Game wins in 5 ends, 8-1. And there were a couple more blowouts on the ice this afternoon, as well as an extremely close game. After scoring 1 in the 9th, Tiffany Stuber stole 1 in the 10th to force extras, but couldn't steal again on Amber Holland as Holland escapes with a 7-6 victory. Laura Crocker nearly beat Amy Nixon last night, and this morning her team rolled over Team Clybrink 8-2 in 8 ends. Crocker actually trailed 2-0 after 5, but grabbed a deuce in the 6th, then stole 2 and stole 4. And Edmonton's Renee Sonnenberg outclassed Calgary's Team Doyle, grabbing 2 in both the 4th and 5th ends, then 4 in the 7th for a 9-2 victory. The Bonnyville Pontiacs dropped their second 1-goal game of the weekend this afternoon against the division's top team, the Spruce Grove Saints. Redford Swan was given a high-sticking penalty in the extra frame, and the Saints capitalized for the win. They outshot the Ponts 41-28. With the single point, Bonnyville is tied with Whitecourt for 4th in the division. The Lloydminster Bandits' unpredictable season continues. One night after defeating Vegreville 5-4, the Bandits dropped a 6-5 game to Saddle Lake, who had won just once this year. The Bandits twice had 2-goal leads in the game, but ended up losing their first extra time game. The Baker Hughes Bobcats had high expectations for the final weekend of their homestand, but didn't do so hot yesterday, dropping a 7-1 decision to the Calgary Royals. Steen Pashnuk scored the lone goal for the Bobcats as they slipped to 3rd in the Dodge division. And the Rohan Rage failed to move above 500 on the season yesterday, splitting their game against the Camrose Vikings. The teams were also dead even in shots with 23 apiece. Sean Weber and Zach Fisher scored for the Rage. Today, the Rage did jump above 500, defeating the Southeast Hounds 4-2, getting goals from 4 different scorers. Over to ACAC action, Lakeland Rustlers women's basketball team at home last night, taking on the winless Red Deer College Queens. Rustlers jumped out to a 5-point lead after 1 quarter, leading 14-9. The Queens held their own in the second, keeping the deficit to just 5 after the half. The Rustlers eventually ran away with the game in the second half, winning their 6th, 63-47. Amy Warbrick had 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 steals to lead the Rustlers on the night. Lakeland men were in tough, facing the undefeated Red Deer Kings. The green and gold traded by 6 at the half in the third. A pair of Travis Blacker 3-pointers brought the Rustlers within 3, but the Kings kept up the pace, leading the home team 81-72 with less than 3 to play. Incredibly, Rustlers stormed back. Kamal Brown-Williams lays it up to tie it with 12.5 seconds left. Game goes to overtime. Shane Osayende gets a massive block early on, and the Rustlers would actually grab their first lead, 90-88. But again, there's a reason Red Deer hasn't lost. They go on a 6-1 run to end the game, winning 94-91 in overtime. Rustlers head coach Tom Grout says his team's inexperience did them in, and hope they'll learn to play in the big games.
We have a couple of really costly turnovers down the last 30 seconds of the game, and you know, I can only chalk that up to experience. I've got, you know, the guys that are on the floor at the end of the game, 4 of those guys are first-year players, you know, and they haven't been in that college situation where the game's on the line and knowing what to do.